Hello, welcome to the Bearded Horror Review. My name is Dan, aka the Boogey Man, and on this show I will watch a horror movie, either a classic or a new release, talk about some good points, talk about some bad points, if there are any of either, give it a rating out of 10, if I remember to do it, and let you know if I think this film is worth a watch or not, in my humble opinion. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about a film that I got asked to talk about, Fear Street Prom Queen. So, if you don't know, Fear Street is originally a series of books written by R.L. Stine, the guy who wrote Goosebumps. It was his more mature kind of teen version of Goosebumps, because let's face it, Goosebumps were books for kids, and Fear Street was for more young teen adult, like young adults kind of thing. Also, you may notice that I might wince a lot in this video. I've managed to pull my neck somehow. It hurts. My neck hurts. But we move. And yeah, so Netflix originally did a trilogy called Fear Street, called Fear Street 1994 or whatever the hell it was. And then there was like 3 of them going back in time about, you know, serial killers and stuff. And this time we get a standalone film. So let's talk about it. The film is set in the 1980s. Shocker, I know. Like, there's no films or TV shows set in the 80s. Where a bunch of girls are in the run-up for prom. And they kind of do prom queen stuff. We don't really do that over here in the UK, so... Cool. And the main character, her mother was accused and subsequently kind of let off for killing her prom date. And everyone in the school kind of sees her as this like outcast almost, but she wants to run for prom queen to kind of like, you know, boost her ego, fix things, and you know, it means a lot to her to maybe that she can get past this name that she's been given that wasn't her fault. And the popular kids in the school obviously hate her for that, you know, that she exists. And throughout the film, well, as you can imagine, it's a horror film. People get killed by some mysterious masked slasher and the prom queens start dying off. Before we carry on, guys, I am gonna say spoilers for this one. Unlike my last review, I don't usually do spoilers, but for me to talk about it at all, I kind of delve into things. So if you don't want to know anything at all about this film, spoilers. But I didn't like this film. I'm just gonna say it now. So screw it. I'm gonna spoil everything in this film because I don't care.
Gotcha.
So yeah, this film is it's that kind of 80s nostalgia teen thing again. I didn't really like the original Fear Street movies, the 3 movies that came out, and I don't like this one for the same reasons. And there's a few reasons, but the main reasons are the writing and the nostalgia baiting and just the general crummy vibe that I get from watching these. Now, I am sick to death of the 80s nostalgia nonsense. I don't want to swear in this video. I'm just sick of it. I'm so sick and tired of this romanticizing of the 80s and everything set in the goddamn 80s. I am so sick of it. Pick another decade. Any other decade. The 80s weren't that great. Stop it.
You'll never be prom queen.
But yeah, I'm just really tired of it. It's really outplayed and outdone, and I'm just so bored of it. This film itself, it feels like it's trying to do some Stephen King stuff, where Stephen King is amazing at writing bullies. And this film has obviously tried to do this kind of bully thing, where this girl is getting bullied because of her parents, and her mother and her dad, and what happened there. But it's so over the top. Like I'm a fan of like cheesy and over the top, but these Fear Street films, the script and the acting is so gratuitously fake. It really just bothers me how kind of cheesy and over the top and scenery chewing they are. And I'm going to say this now, swearing does not make your film more adult, especially if it's people trying to be teens and they're like, ooh, swear words, ooh, we're so adult now. No, it doesn't. I'm so tired of like actors and writers, well, not actors, writers, putting in swear words and stuff to try and make their film seem more adult. when this was clearly like a child's film. And it's a young adult film, and they've tried to age it up by going like, what the F is this? You're an effing C-bombing blah 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 blah. Oh, I'm going to put swear words and random insults in that are very much not 80s sounding at all, but also just out of place. They're out of place and they feel wrong. The plot is so generic and so ridiculous. I made a lot of notes in this. One of them, like the fact that I understand that in horror films you have to have characters act a certain way to have the horror ensue, but that doesn't mean you write dumb, moronic, stupid scenarios and stupid people. The people in this, one of the notes I wrote said, the kids in this deserve to die because they have the survival instincts of a lemming with depression. It is so dumb. If you put people in scenarios that are not believable and have them act not believable just because you want something to happen, that makes the film unbelievable and dumb. There's a scene where a girl who's the cool girl, who's running for prom queen for some reason, who seems to not like any of this, and it's, oh, she's doing it just to stick it to the man. No. She sells drugs to the neighbouring town. So in this like Fear Street universe, there's two towns next to each other. One's full of the prim and proper and all nice people, and one of them's like this shady side that is kind of known for bad things happening, and people from Sunnyside will not come to Shadyside. And she sells some pot to some people from Sunnyside on the border, and then she has to walk back into town. She walks into an open area late at night, massive open courtyard area, and hears a bottle fall over or something. Now, for me personally, if I'm walking at night and I hear something knocked over or I hear noise, I just think it's common street noise. But she stops in the middle of this massive courtyard and goes, "Who's there? Hello?" and just stands there whilst the killer, in a raincoat, which are historically noisy, walks up to her silently and kills her with an axe.
Where are all the prom queens?
No, that doesn't. No, this survival. This is what I mean. It's just you've put her in this scenario and made her act differently than human beings would act, especially this badass girl who probably would just hear a noise and just keep going. You don't just stop and go, "Hello," and then just stand there for a full minute doing nothing. It doesn't work. And this film is full of stuff like that. There's a scene at the end where the killer, I'm going to spoil it now, killers, there's more than one. There's more than one killer. We've seen that trope before as well a billion times. Shows up at the prom as the prom queen gets announced. Surprise, surprise, it's our main character. Who would have thought the main character would have gotten the prom fucking queen? Shit, I swore. Fuck. Oh, I don't care. And the killer's literally like hacking off limbs and stuff. You can see the back of the crowd from the stage. You can see these people are making a lot of noise. Nobody around them really reacts. A couple of people at most, and a couple of people get axed. And again, more spoilers right now. So if you don't want to be spoiled, whatever, I don't care. I'll go watch it and then come back and see why I'm right. The main bully, who's the main rival, is this young girl, the popular girl. She's still popular. She's a psychopath, and she's constantly trying to put this other girl down. But she happens to be neighbours with the girl. And her dad is a teacher, and her mum really wants her to be prom queen. The killer is her dad, who is a teacher, and the second killer that's supposed to be a twist, his wife, the bully's mum, and the bully is also in on it. She's also in on the killings. She's just killing off the competition. It's if you couldn't have figured that out, then sorry, but it's obvious. There's loads of stuff in this. There's the girl, the main character. Everyone starts being nice to her all of a sudden after bullying her for years. She's got a best friend who's a bit of a weirdo, who's clearly in love with her. You know, her female friend that likes horror movies and stuff and metal music. Clearly is in love with her in some way. There's not just a friend relationship there. You know, our main character fancies a boy who happens to be the bully's boyfriend, and the bully leaves the boyfriend, goes to our main character. and they have like a nice little flirt, and immediately she ditches her best friend. People don't act like that. And if you do in America, stop doing that. That is a shitty thing to do. I've sworn already, fuck it. And yes, so like there's so many dumb things in this film that keep happening over and over. And even by the end of the film, like they try and pull a bait and switch on you, and the mean girl bully starts going like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm like this. I'm just like, I've got so much pressure on me. Oh, that's why I'm so mean. Please feel sympathy for me. And the characters in the film for it. But if you fell for that, one, fuck off. Two, don't ever fucking pull that shit. Be accountable for your actions. You chose to do things. You fucked up. I'm not falling for you. You're in on it. And that's what I said, and that's what I wrote down. And guess what? She was in on it. It's a dumb, stupid, crap film that's trying to elevate itself. These books are tiny little books made for young teens, young adults. They are not full of substance. They aren't full of clever writing. They are full of cheap scenarios, and this film is exactly the same. I am so tired of seeing these tropes and all these dumb things. Even stuff like, if you're going to have a character in your film who is the vice principal, who is a strict totalitarian Christian woman, and she can stand around seeing a bunch of kids swear their asses off and she does nothing, but then one girl gets bullied and she stands up for herself and is immediately punished, you've lost me immediately. Your writing is way off. Have you ever been around a Christian woman? You swear she will rip your face off in the name of Jesus. It's just so all over the place. But people threatening to kill each other constantly. People getting their ankles and their hands cut off. Like, so the only redeeming thing in this was there was some okay effects and moments. There's one moment where a kid gets his hands chopped off, and then he goes and he crawls away from the killer and tries to open a door, and it's a twisty doorknob and he can't because he's got no hands. I thought that was funny. I giggled. But I also was like, yay, I can't wait for you to die, because they were all awful people.
You better believe I am.
This film is garbage. The Fear Street films, in my opinion, this is just me. Maybe it's just me because I kind of just want good quality story. I don't want unbelievable characters and unbelievable dialogue. And I don't want just dumb films. This film is crap. The whole Fear Street series is crap. And the problem is, if we indulge it and we watch it over and over and go, yeah, it's fine. Oh, it's not meant to be great. It's fine. They'll keep making this crap because it's easy to watch. I hated it so much. Honestly, I just could not stand it. And I was made to watch it. Why did you guys ask me to watch this? I asked some people if they wanted me to watch it, and they said yes. No, I put a poll on my Instagram, which you can follow down below, like the links down below. And they were like, yeah, watch it. And I watched it, and I want a teabag. It was just awful. I thought the writing was terrible. The characters were awful. I'm sick of the 80s. I'm sick of these teen films that are trying to be edgy just by swearing, and just the clear rip-offs from loads of different material. I'm so done with it. I think it's so rubbish and boring, and I genuinely had to rewind it several times because I kept drifting away from it because I found it so monotonous. It's an hour and a half long, and it dragged. For me, it's a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10, mainly because of that kid with his hands, and I found that funny.
You having a good night?
But what do you guys think of the Fear Street series, especially Fear Street Prom Queen? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on social media, because that's where I post stuff up, like what videos I'm gonna do. You can recommend movies to me and join in the polls so that you get to pick what films I review, and also you get to see other stuff that's going on in my life, like kind of where I got this hoodie and the people that I got it from, stuff like that, stuff that's going on in my life. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys, and until the next time, happy watching.